Coffee grounds carry a reputation as a garden superfood, and the enthusiasm is understandable. They contain nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, and copper, and their granular texture appears to promise improved soil structure. The reality is more complicated, and for many gardeners, more damaging than doing nothing at all. Raw coffee grounds have a carbon-to-nitrogen ratio that sits between 20:1 and 24:1. Which means soil microbes must consume significant nitrogen from the surrounding environment to fuel the breakdown of the coffee's organic carbon, a process called nitrogen immobilization. During this breakdown phase, the nitrogen your plants need for leaf development and root expansion is being redirected away from the root zone entirely. Simultaneously, the hydrophobic waxy coating on spent coffee grounds causes them to resist water absorption when applied in dense layers, creating a surface crust that blocks oxygen and moisture penetration into the soil beneath. Fresh grounds also carry antifungal compounds, caffeine and chlorogenic acid, that suppress beneficial soil fungi, including mycorrhizal species your plants depend on for phosphorus uptake. The grounds are not the problem. The state in which they enter the soil is. Earthworm castings are one of the most biologically dense materials available to any gardener, containing bacterial populations measured in the hundreds of millions per gram, alongside plant growth hormones, humic acids, and a pH that sits between 6.5 and 7.0. When earthworm castings make contact with raw coffee grounds, the microbial population in the castings begins colonizing the organic matter of the grounds within hours, pre-digesting the carbon compounds that would otherwise trigger nitrogen immobilization. The castings also neutralize the acidity of the coffee residue. Spent grounds typically sit at pH 6.0 to 6.5, and while this is not extreme, the casting buffer creates a more stable chemical environment for the microbial colony to establish. Caffeine, the antifungal compound present in raw grounds, breaks down rapidly under microbial activity, the same process that renders it inactive in finished compost. The casting microbes essentially disarm the grounds before they reach the root zone. The ratio that produces reliable bioactivation results is 2 parts spent coffee grounds to 1 part aged earthworm castings by volume. Combine the materials in a container, add enough water to bring the mixture to the moisture level of a wrung-out sponge, damp but not dripping, and mix until the castings are distributed through every section of the grounds. Cover the container with breathable cloth and allow the mixture to rest for 48 hours at room temperature between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. During this window, the casting microbes colonize the coffee grounds aggressively, breaking down carbon compounds, neutralizing residual antifungal chemicals, and converting the raw material into a biologically active amendment the soil food web can absorb without the nitrogen immobilization phase. Apply the activated mixture at a depth of 2 to 4 cm below the soil surface for maximum root interaction. Surface application slows microbial transfer into the root zone. For established plants, pull back existing mulch, apply a thin layer of the activated mix, and replace the mulch cover to retain moisture. High-demand crops, tomatoes, peppers, leafy brassicas, and cucumbers, respond with the greatest visible improvement in foliage density and stem strength within the first 2 to 3 weeks of application. The activated mixture functions as a slow-release biological battery. The humic acids in earthworm castings bind nutrients within a stable organic matrix that releases minerals gradually as the microbial population processes the material. A sustained delivery mechanism that continues feeding the rhizosphere for 8 to 12 weeks after a single application. Repeat the inoculation every 4 to 6 weeks through the active growing season to maintain microbial density and keep the biological cycle running without synthetic inputs. Subscribe to Natural Crops and AMP, Soil Hub for more evidence-based soil strategies that transform kitchen waste into genuine plant nutrition. And share this with a fellow gardener still throwing raw coffee grounds straight onto their garden beds.